and has not only your backing, but our entire publicly traded corporation of HSN guaranteeing the authenticity.
Huge deal, because out there in the coin world, I mean, you know, if you're buying them on the internet or out there, it's the Wild West. Like, as I always say, if you want to be a coin cowboy, that's your business. But there are fakes, there's all kinds of things. You need somebody that's been around, that knows what they're doing, that'll stand behind their product, and there are fewer and fewer of those left in the marketplace, and we're #1. This is a perfect example of that.
Exactly, because this is the last 20 years of Indian head cents, 1890 to 1909, and I think Indian head is one of the most, like, we say it, they say it's one thing, but it isn't actually kind of a, but ours, we stand behind it. Yeah,
well, what you have here is I mean, you know, for people of my age, you know, like you said, you know, when the earth cooled, I was just, you know.
We're around the same age, Mike.
That's right. The Indian head cent was always, that was kind of the holy grail when I was a paper boy and a kid. You always hoped to get an Indian head cent.
Right.
Well, that ship has sailed for kids today because they last made the Indian head cent in 1909. So what we have here is the last 20 years of the Indian head cents. Absolutely original, not reprinted, restruck, or redone in any way, shape, or form. All of them in their own original airtight holders that you see right there. And so you say 1890. So when you're looking at this, you're going, wait a minute. So these are 100% authentic original coins for what really amounts to, by the time you figure in the box and the capsules, about $4 a coin. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Because remember, you're gonna get 20 airtight holders. These airtight holders that hold these coins, look at that. I mean, they are 59 cents a piece. Look at these coins, each one individually hand-selected, just like the day this one was made in 1892.
That's amazing. Okay?
So it's absolutely amazing that you get these and the 20 years. Now, here's the interesting part. So we start in 1890 and go to 1909. Like I said, about $4 a coin, 59 cents a piece for the holders and about 10 bucks for the box. So we're gonna go close to $4 a coin. But if you try to buy these coins individually, you can't get anywhere close to that. The big coin in this collection, in all honesty, is the last coin, the 1909. The biggest reason is in 1909, they actually started making the Lincoln penny. We're all familiar with that. But they made a very few 1909 Indians to finish out the series. That's why when you go to, let's say, a nationally advertised catalog, which I happen to have handy, and to buy this coin individually, if you look at the Indian head cent, and I'm going to go to this, the 1909, because they sell that individually because it's very, very popular, $40.
For one.
For this coin, for the 1909. And if you look at the rest of the coins in the set, the lowest price they basically have in the catalog for any of the ones that they have, and they're missing a couple of the coins, is basically $8.95. And they go well up into the $11.95, $11.95, $12.95, $12.95, $12.50. So 2 to 3 times what we're charging for the entire set. Plus you have to go in there, you have to get that, you gotta buy the individual, airtight holders. And so what we do is we have these last 20 years. So this is a way to absolutely positively kind of show American history when you look at these coins.
I think that's key right there, is American history. And you know what's interesting? I was thinking about this, Mike. I always talk to you about whatever I want to talk about it on television instead of off. Right. But there's all this thing like Bitcoin and no one even has, right? No, don't get you started, right? But nobody even has money in their pocket anymore. I think as time goes on, these kind of things are going to be so valuable. I was in Europe on vacation and where all the fancy jewelry stores are, there was a coin store, like a medallion, like in Europe, it's like so crazy.
It's huge.
Huge over there.
It's huge over there. As a matter of fact, particularly American coins. And if you're looking for coin jewelry, that's what happens to all the Indian head cents. The Indian head cents and the Buffalo nickels all kind of end up in jewelry because they're so, I mean, they're so uniquely and iconically American. When we look at this.
But there's not an endless supply.
Oh, goodness no. I mean, they stopped making these in 1892.
Right,
okay?
There you go.
And so you look at that and you can see that it says United States of America, so simple with the Indian head obverse and just the 1 cent on the reverse. And as you can see, of course, the vast majority of these melted down, lost, gone over the course of generations and generations. To be able to get every single solitary one of these that you're going to have right here, and they're all going to be in hand-selected, very good defined condition, every single one of them in their own airtight holder, every single one of them in the custom display box. Like I said, coin by coin, quite easy. quite easy for you to get well over $200 in this. Like I said, like when you're $40 on this
just for the one coin.
all of these coins are $12 a piece, this first batch right here. So that's first 10 years, and this is about $165. Add $9 a piece for the other 9,
and that's about
$250, $230, $240, $250 is what you're looking at. If you buy them individually, we're going to give you the opportunity that you're going to go $1890 to $1909.
And a complete collection is what I was saying.
Well, and that's the cool thing about this. Here's the really cool thing about this, is they didn't make a lot of different mint marks in the Indian head cents. As a matter of fact, they didn't make any mint marks until 1908. So all of these, there is one 1890 Indian head cent, you get it. There's one 1891, 92, 93, 94. Right. And then, of course, the turn of the century coin, 1900, always extremely popular and difficult to get, that you're going to get. There's the beautiful 1900, as you can see. And each one of these individually hand-selected, so you still see that beautiful Indian head cent on every single solitary one of these coins. And there you go. There's the 1902 with that, 1903, 1904, all the way on out to the dual year 1909, where they made Indian head cents and Lincoln cents at the same time. This is the first time we've sold this. I think we've had this in about 6 weeks or so. It's very difficult for us to get. People always ask me, what are the most difficult years? Actually, the 1892, 1893 are the coins that are most difficult out of this particular run with these. And like I said, the fact is you look at this, how can I get literally 100-plus-year-old Lincoln cents for $4, for the price of a coffee? Right, not even a good coffee.
Or a $40 coin for $4.
Or a $40 coin for or $13 coins for $4.
Yeah.
You know, $9 coins for $4.
Well, you can't because Mike's your collector. He did the collecting for you.
That's
so
correct.
you're basically getting the entire collection. By the way, there's FlexPay on this, which we do not always do. If you're new to HSN, FlexPay is where you put down a percentage of the total and we mail you the entire product that you're picking up. And then you'll have 2 more payments of it's $33.32 for this particular collection. So also, if you don't have an HSN card, we are doing a promotion where you get